back to my channel. So in today's video, we're doing another review/demo video. Oh my god, guys, I've been loving doing these review videos. I feel like these might be one of my favorite types of videos to do. I just love to really get to know the products and test them out, and then I just can't wait to come out here and tell you guys about them. So in today's video, we're going to be testing out and reviewing the Morphe palette. This is the 9C Morphe palette, and it is their new contour palette. Can we literally take a moment for this palette? Hello. So in this palette, you do get 9 different shades, starting from the darkest and kind of working your way into the lighter shades up here. These light shades you basically use as setting your concealer, so under your eyes, the bridge of your nose, whatever on your face that you highlight basically. And over here you have a few different, about 4 different contour shades to bronze up your face. Now before ordering this palette, when I looked at it online, I actually thought that it was going to be more versatile. I was hoping that it's going to have like at least this shade over here be even darker, just so it can really match almost all skin tones. Then it would be that perfect contour palette for your makeup collection when you're working with on a client, and if they have darker skin, lighter skin, it would have been even more versatile. So that's the one thing that I noticed when I did get it. So if you do have darker skin than me, then this might not work for you, because this is winter time and it's not even summer and I have no tan going on, and I already use the darkest shade mainly. I do kind of mix it up with the lighter ones, but I do mainly use that dark shade already. So unfortunately, if you do have darker skin tone, I would have to say this might be too light for you, unless if you really like that natural glow, then this would work for you as well. So in the center here, you do get a highlighter in this palette as well. And at first when I saw this highlighter, I was kind of thrown back because I felt like this is just not going to be that pigmented. It just doesn't look very pigmented. It just kind of looks blah, like it just looks like a lighter contour shade. And then, oh my god, I'm not going to tell you guys about it yet until you see the demo, and you will see my reaction to that highlighter. So why don't we just jump into the demo. You can see my reaction to setting my concealer, to basically bronzing up my skin, and also popping that highlighter. And then we will be back with more of my thoughts and review on this palette. So here is the demo. So instantly what I noticed about this palette is that I'm not getting any fallouts. So I really like the fact that when I went in with the sponge, there was barely any fallout. So that's a really thumbs up. And although I haven't even used a brush to blend, it is just blending so nicely already. Wow guys, it feels so smooth. It blends so nicely, and this is just a regular stippling brush, and I'm just going over it lightly, and it is just settling on my skin really nice and comfortable. It's not too heavy. It definitely has a full coverage. I think it's about medium to full coverage, so it's still like covering up all the little dark spots and every little thing that I want covered up, but the texture is actually quite surprisingly amazing for being so affordable. Let's go ahead and apply some bronzer and see how we like that. So I find that the setting powder for the concealer, that one blends a little bit better than the bronzer, but the bronzer still blends nicely, but I feel like you have to work at it just a tiny bit more than the setting powder. It's not that big of a deal, it's just there is a slight difference between the formula of the bronzer compared to the setting powder. I'm gonna go in with the highlighter, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to apply this side of my face dry, so I'm just going to tap on here and apply, and on the other side I'm going to wet my brush and apply, so we can see if this is better applied wet or dry, or if it's good at all. So let's put it to test. Holy glow! Wow! Wow, I barely tapped in that palette and this is the glow that I got. I am so impressed. Okay, let's try this wet now. Whoa! Just when I thought it can't get any more glowy. Ooh. Alright, so now I'm gonna go and finish up the rest of my face, put on some lips, and finish up my eyes. I look dead like this. So let's finish it up, and then we'll be back with my overall thoughts and review on this, you know, amazing palette. So we'll be right back. Alright, so now let's get on with the rest of the review. So when it comes down to this palette, first of all, I have to say I am very, very impressed with the quality of these shadows, with the pigmentation of these shadows, and honestly, as you saw my reaction, that highlighter is amazing. I can't even stress enough about how amazing that highlighter. It just pops right on, and honestly, with most of my highlighters, even the high-end ones, I usually find myself having to spray the brush in order to get the most pigmentation, but with this one, I did still try it wet, but honestly, you don't even need it. It is so super pigmented. Like, I am so impressed with the highlighter. So that, let's just get that out of the way. The highlighter on this palette, even if you are not going to be matching all the other colors and the other colors that are no for you, just because of the highlighter, I would say give this a go. So now moving on to the lighter shades for setting your concealer. I love the fact that it did not create a mess, and that goes with the bronzer as well. It is so lightweight. It feels very light, and as you apply it, you kind of get the feeling like it's not going to give you enough coverage, but once you tap it a couple of times, you realize that it's actually more towards full coverage. So it definitely is very impressive. Now, if you guys are familiar with, let's say, the Kat Von D contour palette, which is the love of my life, like love that palette. That palette is just everything. But I've never come across another palette that to me was similar. I can't say 100% like that, obviously, but so similar to it until I met this palette. So if you don't want to invest the money into the Anastasia or the Kat Von D contour palette, then I really recommend giving this one a try, especially because of that highlighter as well. So not only you're getting the contour shades, but you're also getting that amazing highlighter with it as well. So to me, this palette was definitely a thumbs up. Now let me just get my phone so we can get more details about this palette. Alright, so on MorpheBrushes.com, this palette is $22.99. So it is not your drugstore price, but it's also not like a high-end price. This is kind of in the middle of drugstore and high-end. And also, when you do order from Morphe, this is the outside packaging. Obviously, it is very nice and sleek. It is absolutely beautiful. And it does also come in a box like this. So this is the outside box, and it was actually wrapped so well. There were these like bubble wrap thingies, you know, those things that you squeeze and it makes a noise. I love those. I don't know what they're called, bubble wraps. Yeah, there were those like bubble wraps inside there, and everything came super safely, just the way I like my makeup to arrive. And yeah, I am overall so impressed by this palette and I highly recommend it. Again, even if you don't want the bronzer or you don't want the setting powder, forget it. Just because of that highlighter, it is worth the $22. And honestly, I can see myself hitting pan with this real quick because this is the new love of my life. Alright, so that is going to be it for this review today. I hope that it was somewhat helpful and now it gives you an insight of what other contour palettes are out there that maybe you don't have to invest the $50 in, but they are almost just as great. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I am loving these review videos. I love to test these out, and as soon as I test something out, I just can't wait to get on camera and share it with you guys. So if you guys are enjoying these review slash short little demo videos, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and also hitting that red subscribe button on the bottom would also be super helpful. So thank you guys so much for watching.